Hi, this is good old Jim. There are many tedious tasks I need to perform to provide a quality product for my valued MicroGreens customers. The week begins with cleaning the trays. I do the cleaning the trays with the Dove soap, and then after I get them cleaned and rinsed, then I soak them in 9% vinegar to sterilize them so they're ready for the next seeding. Tuesdays are a very heavy work day. I have to soak the sunflower seeds and the pea seeds for 8 to 10 hours to get them ready to plant. Then I rinse them off. Also, I need to mix the soil, the fertilizer, and some moisture, some water to make a good soil medium for my trays. I put right at 3.5 liters of soil for every tray. I spread the soil, level the soil up with a paint stirrer. Get it nice and level, then smooth it down with a piece of wood that I have cut perfectly for the trays. This makes the surface nice and even for the seeds to easily germinate. And I spread the seeds nice and even, making sure they all are touching the soil and not on top of each other to get a better germination. On day 2 and 3, after planting the seeds, then we water the top surfaces to help the seeds germinate. Very easy work, not hard at all. On day 4 through 9, we bottom water in the trays underneath the plants. Also not hard work. Then on day 10, I do the harvest. The sunflower is real easy. The broccoli, not so much easy. You have to cut it low because it's low growing, and you got to avoid getting the roots and the dirt. Then the hard work begins, packing the containers. Here's how I do that. Different microgreens require a different size container. For example, the speckled pea is a bulky one, so I use a larger 8x8 type container to pack the speckled peas in. The sunflower is not quite as bulky as the speckled pea, so I use a 32-ounce container to house the sunflower to make it look pretty in the package. Both the crunchy mix and broccoli fit nicely in the 24-ounce container, making it look awfully delicious. And I have sample containers. These are smaller, don't house as much, but I give them to my customers, my regular customers, so they can pass them out to their friends, relatives, or neighbors, hopefully to find more microgreen loving folks. I start with the broccoli because it's easy. So we just take it out of the package, which I harvested and put it in the plastic bag, as you can see. Then I strictly measure it out. The broccoli in particular needs to be 60 grams. So I keep putting it in until I reach 60 grams. We are at 60 grams. Then I put that in the containers, fluff it up real nice, make it look pretty. Then I shut the container. Oh, let's get it all in. Yeah, get all the 60 grams in there. I close the container, put it in there nicely, close the container. Fluff it up a little bit, and the broccoli is done. Then I do the pea in the larger container. Take the pea out of the bag, and I cut the peas differently depending on whether it's going into the crunchy mix or it's going into the container of its own. So I have a little bit longer pieces of the crunchy of the peas, which will look nicer in the packaging. And I'm doing 100 grams of the peas. Get it in there. Oh, we hit it. Oh, that's too high. Too high. Not bad, but too high. Put it back in there. All right, we're at 99. Of course, my service is clean it with vinegar to make sure it is nice and sanitized when I do the packing. I have the 100 grams in here. Put the 100 grams in the package. Move it around. Get it looking nice in there. And even with a larger container, the peas really have a challenge staying inside the container. So I'm trying to get it all inside the container. Get it packed down, get it packed down, get it packed down. Get it to where it's just right in there and doesn't hang over the side when I put the lid on. Get them in. Come on, get in there. Get in there. Come on. This is not all that easy to get them just right. All right, I think I got them all in there now. So close the lid. And okay, one snug up. I'm gonna close the lid and shake it around a little bit. And that's how I get the peas done. Then I can do the sunflower. It's also 100 grams, but doesn't take up quite as much space because they are actually heavier. So we get to see if I can measure out here 100 grams of sunflower. That's a nice size package. I happen to like that sunflower. It makes a great salad. Mix it with tomatoes or carrots or whatever fresh vegetables I have in my garden. I just love the sunflower. It's good and tasty. Put it in there. Right at 100 grams. Okay, there we go. Measured out 100 grams. Put it in a container. A 32-ounce container. Pack it in. Move it around. Make it look pretty. Make sure there's no husks left on it. Because the sunflower does have a few husks left. Little black seed type things left when I harvest them. So I try to make sure there are none in the container when I package them. Down. And all right, pick it up, get looks in there. See how that looks decent in there. That's good. Sunflower's done. And now the painful one, the crunchy mix. Take the peas, which I have the shorter cuts, which will fit better in the container, don't hang over the edge. All right, but the challenge is I need to do 30 grams of peas. If it's too much, put it back in there. 29, 29, 30. Okay, got 30 in there. And 30 grams of sunflower. So we get it up here. Let's see if it says 60. Probably way over. Yep, way over. Okay. 49, 58, 59, 55, 58, 59, 62. Geez. See, it's not that easy. 60. Now I got 60 in there. That's great. So we got 60, 30 grams of pea, 30 grams of sunflower. Then we sweeten it up a little bit with the radish. Now typically the formula calls for 15 grams of radish. I add another 5 grams in there just to give it a little bit more flavor. And my customers love it. So I'm going to say, get back up. So we're going to have a total of 80 grams, even though the packaging says 75 grams. We're going to show right at 80. There we are. Then, when I have it in the package, I've got to mix it. Hence, crunchy mix. So I'm going to take half of what I have in there, from the peas on the bottom, sunflowers on the middle, and radish on the top. But I'm going to mix them. I'm going to put half and half in at a time. So they are definitely mixed. in the package. All right, then we're going to take the packaging itself, put the ones that I missed in there, and we're going to mix that up a little bit, fluff it up in here, make it look a little pretty, and there's little red radishes that poking around. It makes it look pretty. All right, we're going to close that container. Good. Got it closed. Okay. There's the first crunchy mix. Now I've got 4 of these to make. Then we'll show you the labeling. I mentioned before I have sample containers also. This week, my regular customers are getting a special sample. I grew arugula and giant curled mustard, and I'm requesting they give me some feedback on it. So we're going to put some sample containers together. This is the mustard. Put the mustard in here. Let's see. And the sample containers are not going to be very heavy. I'm putting like 30 grams or so. I don't have to be that precise because I'm not selling it. That's just a sample. Put about 30 grams in the sample containers, which fits about properly in the smaller container. All right, get there in there. Got that in there, and this is the mustard. Putting the mustard in. Pack it in. And this is an example of the sample container. Get it closed down. All right, sample's done. We'll get the rest done now. Now I have all the containers filled. It's time to put the labels on. The sample labels are very simple because they don't have to have all the detail that the regular labels have. All are labeled broccoli, pea, sunflower, and crunchy mix. And they do have to have a lot of detail in the label itself. I worked hard at designing this label to provide all the detail. The grams and the date it was harvested on are real important for keeping it fresh. And the last step in my packaging process is my beautiful delivery bag. I worked hard and spent some money on these bags and put a nice label, a thank you label on them. And I'll put all of my microgreens in these packages and deliver them today, less than 24 hours from when I harvested them. It's a tedious part of my process, but I strive to provide a very positive experience for my good quality customers. Please like this video and visit my channel, Good Old Jim. There's quite a few how-to videos on there, especially about gardening. Thank you for watching Good Old Jim.